It's Saturday, February 21st, 2026, and we have a nor'easter to talk about. We already have winter storm warnings up and down the mid-Atlantic and New England coast and blizzard warnings. We're going to go over what your expected snow totals are and your high-end possibilities from the National Weather Service. And believe it or not, there's a chance for more snow after this system moves out as we get into early March. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And of course, if you like the video, like the video. Let's get into the weather updates. Quickly taking a look at our live radar before we get into the nor'easter updates. We do have some precipitation moving into the Pacific Northwest up here. You see we have some winter storm warnings in Northern California, some low elevation rain, high elevation snow, a little bit of snow and some wind moving through Missouri, Illinois here. We have some more snow moving into northern Michigan, the UP of Michigan. You can kind of see this squall line moving through portions of Georgia, Alabama. As we move through the day, there is the possibility of severe weather down here. So if you're down there, make sure you have your alerts on, especially Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then portions of southern South Carolina. We do have winter weather advisories already in place out east, but you can see we also have winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings already in place, stretching from Delaware up through southern Connecticut. And by the way, this blizzard warning does include New York City. Before we get to expected snow totals, I do want to start off with the timing of this system. Here's as we progress through tonight and then get into tomorrow morning. So this would be around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you can see we're already potentially snowing through much of upstate New York and Pennsylvania. Now, this isn't going to be very heavy snow yet. The heaviest snow is going to come as our low pressure deepens off the coast, and that really heavy inch to inch and a half hour rate snowfall is going to start a little bit later in the day. Now we're pushing towards 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m. You can see out towards the coast, New Jersey, Delaware, Connecticut, Long Island, some of that early rainfall or mixing is starting to turn into snow. And our winds are definitely going to begin to pick up as we push a little bit further. Here we go, getting into the evening hours towards 7 and 8 p.m. tomorrow. This is when we could really see heavy snowfall through portions of Maryland, southeastern PA, and central to southern New Jersey. Pushing out a little bit further, getting into 10, 11, and midnight tomorrow night. This is likely when the heaviest snow is going to begin moving into portions of Long Island, southern Connecticut, Rhode Island, this region right up here, and the winds are really going to pick up here as well. This is why we're under a blizzard warning. We could see 50, 60 plus mile per hour gusts. I don't think it's impossible to see hurricane force gusts for some of us out here. And then as we get into Monday morning, 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., we're potentially still snowing from Maryland up the coast. I think the snow on the back end is really going to begin to lighten up as we get into Monday morning. But Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, we are snowing heavy as we push into Monday morning again around 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You really don't want to be on the roads around this time. And we could see snow falling for portions of New England all the way through Monday night into Tuesday morning. All right, so of course, the big question for a lot of people out here is how much snow are we going to see? This right here is the latest expected snow totals from the National Weather Service. We're going to go over the expected first, and then we're going to go over what your high-end possibilities are. Starting with the expected, down here towards Richmond, expect it to get around 1 inch to 1.5 inches of snow. We move up here towards Fredericksburg, 2.5 inches. Washington, D.C., 3.5, Baltimore, 5 inches. Again, you could see less, you could see more. This is the expected currently. I, in my opinion, do think we may see a little bit more snow through northern and eastern Virginia and in Maryland, simply because we're going to have a lot of cold air aloft. Even though the surface temperatures are a little above freezing, I do think that cold air aloft could help with a little bit of an overperformance. Taking a look out here in eastern Maryland, we're talking 6 to 10 inches of snow. Now, as you get towards southern Maryland, it really drops off. Delaware, anywhere between 9 inches to a foot for really the whole state is expected. Moving out here into Philadelphia, around 13 inches is expected. Lancaster, 8 inches. Allentown, 9.5 to 10 inches. Now look out here in New Jersey. Central to southern New Jersey, we could be talking anywhere between 15 to 20 inches of snow, and this isn't the high end. This is what is expected. Moving a little bit further up into northern New Jersey, we're still talking 10 to 15 inches of snow. New York City, expected 15 to 16 inches of snow. Look at Long Island, we're talking anywhere between 15 to 20 inches of snow expected. Getting into the Hudson Valley, again, a good swath of snow here. We could see anywhere between 9 inches to a foot of snow. Connecticut, Hartford, we're talking 7.5 inches expected. New Haven, 13 inches expected. New London, 15 inches expected. Moving a little bit further east into Rhode Island, Providence, 16 inches expected. Up to Boston, we're talking about 13.5 expected. So simply put, this region right here, we could be talking anywhere between 12 inches to a foot of snow. The second area out here, we're talking anywhere between 8 inches to a foot is expected. And then you move a little bit further out, as you can see, and it's a little bit less. We're talking maybe 4 inches to 8 inches of snow. Now here's where things get really interesting. This is the high end. And on the high end, this whole region out here, we're talking 18 inches to 2+ feet of snow. And this includes Philadelphia, New York City, all of Long Island, Rhode Island, eastern Massachusetts, Boston, most of Delaware, even Baltimore is in this area. Now remember, you only have about a 10% chance to receive the high end according to the National Weather Service. But typically someone always sees it or gets close to it. It really depends on some of the snow banding in the last couple shifts of the storm before it moves in. You see the high end down here in Richmond. Now we're talking close to 8 inches of snow, 8 to 9 inches. Washington, D.C., 15 to 16. Baltimore, 18 inches. Look at Delaware. 23 to almost 30 inches of snow on the high end. Remember, this isn't the expected high end. There's a possibility for this, but not a super high possibility. It's crazy to even see this as a chance though. Central to southern New Jersey, we're talking 25 to 30 inches on the high end. Philadelphia, 2 feet of snow on the high end, including Trenton, almost 2 feet. New York City, almost 2 feet on the high end. Long Island, same thing, 20 to 24 inches. We look out towards Boston, we're talking about 2 feet of snow on the high end. Everyone out here around the Cape, Rhode Island, and then you get into Connecticut, we're talking a foot to 18 inches on the high end. Hudson Valley, again, 1 to 2 feet on the high end. I mean, this is true nor'easter stuff, and I know this is the high end, but to even have high ends showing 30 plus inches into New Jersey, down here into Delaware, up here into Rhode Island and Massachusetts, this is some crazy stuff. I mean, 25 inches into Long Island, the chance for 2 feet of snow into New York. This is a powerful system. Some good news for us. This is the expected ice. This is the high end ice. So we aren't expecting any sort of, I was going to say major ice storm. We aren't expecting any ice storm. This is something I really wanted to point out in this video. This is the 06C right here, HRRR. So this is a good short range model, 3-kilometer model. This is the 06C from last night. Here's the 12Z from today. Notice the shift west, and this is big because it's going to start snowing out here in under 24 hours. This significant of a shift, even though it doesn't look like much at this time frame, is going to bring potentially a lot more snow into the coast. And I'll show you the snow total change from the 06Z to the 12Z today. But look at the HRRR bringing this closer to the coast. That's bringing the heaviest snowfall rates closer to the coast. You can kind of see this eye right off the coast, and that's because this is basically going to get down to potentially a 965, 970 millibar low. That's equivalent to a Cat 2 hurricane. So this low pressure is going to kind of develop an eye off the coast. Nor'easters, that's why some people, use the term snow-a-cane for nor'easters, because they do get that type of hurricane type look. And just like in a hurricane or a tropical system where the heaviest winds and the roughest conditions are right around the eye, well, same thing with this type of system, with this type of bombing out low. You can see the heaviest snowfall is right here, these dark blues, and this little shift here by the HRRR, like I said, in the last 24 hours is going to bring more snow. Let's take a look at this, just so you guys really understand what I'm talking about. The 06Z had 8 inches into Philadelphia on the HRRR. Here you go. Almost 16 inches because of that tiny shift. We doubled our expected snow on the HRRR because of a shift of maybe 20 miles to the west. Instead of getting a half an inch an hour rate of snow, you're pushing up to 1.5 inches potentially the closer you get to that quote unquote eye of this nor'easter. So that's a major shift there, and we've seen this happen on a couple of models. Now, we're going to see a couple more wobbles back and forth over the next few updates, but I will say we're getting down to crunch time, and it's looking like some people are going to see blockbuster snow that we haven't seen for at least 5 years. I think some may see some snow that we haven't seen for 20 plus. Again, some of it depends on the last couple of wobbles in the model runs and how the snow bands. Before I wrap up the video, I did want to do a quick 7 to 10 day forecast. We could see more snow ahead. Now, obviously, as we get into tomorrow, this storm is going to move up the coast, this nor'easter, drop a ton of snow, and behind it, we have a lot of cold air sinking into the plains, into the southeast. Very cold. We're talking 10, 15, 20 plus degrees below average for some of us, especially in the Ohio Valley and southeast. We get some more ridging out west as we get into early next week, but still a lot of rain for the low elevation up in the northwest and snowfall for the high elevation. So good for the northern Rockies and good for the Cascades. We also get another clipper as we move into Tuesday, Wednesday, moving through portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and maybe we get a little bit more snow out here along the coast. And it's very likely you're still going to have a ton of snow on the ground up here. We're not going to see any sort of severe snow melt after this nor'easter moves out. So that's Wednesday. You could get a little bit more snow. Also getting into Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, we have another clipper system moving through the upper Midwest. This could actually dump some good snow into Minneapolis, potentially Green Bay, heavier snow into northern Wisconsin, the UP and Michigan, northern Michigan, and we could get some severe weather down here through the Ohio Valley. I think we have to watch out for this Wednesday night into Thursday. Definitely some severe weather opportunity here. This is going to slide out towards the coast, bring a little bit more cold air again out east. We're still snowing in the northern Rockies out west, but we're pretty dry in the southwest and in the southern plains. And here's where things also get a little interesting getting into next weekend. A lot of cold air collapsing into the plains on the Euro. We start to get a nice baroclinic boundary set up over the central plains, pushing out towards the Ohio Valley, and we get what looks to be a maybe significant winter storm forming. Now, this is 200 plus hours out. We want some more model consensus, but I think it's a believable pattern here. We have to watch it. This could be a big snowstorm potentially for the Midwest, Ohio Valley, maybe back out towards the Mid-Atlantic and New England. So more winter to come. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I try and upload videos every day when I can and live stream every day. I also have an awesome weather Discord where you can look at all of these maps and everything we discuss in all these videos. It's completely free. The link is right down in the description of all of my YouTube videos. We have 600 plus people in there, all weather enthusiasts who love talking about weather. We have daily updates in there, everything from expected snowfall, precipitation, temperature outlooks, severe weather. It's all in there. Again, I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream.